Why is it that you've chosen Eagle Springs over and over and over again?
It has been over and over and over again.
It has. We've owned 3 houses in Eagle Springs.
So have we.
Yeah.
So we first moved here in 2006, and we bought a house up in the front in Logan Ridge. And your first one?
We moved in 2009 into CLC, Crater Lake Court, which is in Sierra Bridge. It was the best cul-de-sac ever. You know who I'm talking about. Go CLC. But yes, we lived there for 7 years and then bought back in Cades Crossing and then moved to Fort Worth for 3 years and then came back and bought in Behringer.
Yeah. So whenever we moved to Eagle Springs originally, we didn't even have kids. It was just Og and I. Mm-hmm. And we moved like the month I turned 30. We moved to Eagle Springs, and then we had the 2 boys there, and then we moved to Hawthorne Ridge and bought a new construction Weston there and lived there for, I think we were in the first house for about 6 years, the second house for 4. And then we ended up buying a house back here in Montecito Point, and then we remodeled it. That was 5 years ago.
I mean,
6 years ago.
6
years.
We're not original to Houston. And so when we first moved to Houston, we didn't have any idea where to land. But Matt was working downtown at the time and we needed an easy commute. We had Madison, she was about 2 and I was pregnant again. So I wanted him to have an easy commute. Mm-hmm. And
so he get back home to you and the babies.
That's right. And we found Eagle Springs and we loved it. Immediately. The parks, the amenities, the pools. And then once the kids were old enough, we adore the schools.
Yeah, the schools have been great.
And that's why we came back after Fort Worth. Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we moved over here because we were living in Katy and Augie was working in Baytown and I was working in the Galleria area. It's before I started doing real estate. And I was commuting into the Galleria. He was commuting all the way to Baytown, and I said, well, if I'm going to live on the east side of town, I can tell you where I would want to live. I am native to the area. He's not. So I was like, it's going to have to be over here in like this Atascocita Kingwood area. And then we found Eagle Springs, fell in love, same thing, all the parks, all the amenities, and yes, eventually the schools. So my kids have gone to Atascocita Springs and Groves Elementary and now Westlake.
And I had kids at Eagle Springs Elementary, Westlake, Atascocita Springs Elementary, Westlake Middle School, and now I have one at Atascocita High School.
And I'll have one there next year. Yeah,
we love it.
We've been here for a really long time, and I just think that, there were a couple of times. So I really loved the Kingwood area because I loved all of the green belts, and I know that whenever we moved to our second house in Eagle Springs, we were looking there. But we were able to get a better deal here. If we were going to move over there, we were going to have to pay the same amount of money, but then also have to remodel, and it was like going to be an extensive remodel, not just,
right, yes,
not just making it pretty. And so it was going to have to be like moving walls and stuff. And so we ended up not doing that. And so I think the reason we just keep coming back to it is because it's a great buy. It's still a better buy. I know that all the values have gone up, but it's still a better buy than pretty much anywhere else. And what you get for, what the amenities that you get for the HOA dues, it's really unmatched.
Yes, and we can't say enough great things about, Eagle Springs Flyers. We were a part of that for several years. There's all sorts of great community opportunities and clubs.
We sponsor 2 a year of the Food Truck Fridays. We sponsor two concerts, and so that's been a whole lot of fun over the years. We've been doing that for a long time, and the people here are great. Just don't look on social media. It's never like the best of everything, right? But truly, the people who live here are fantastic.
Yes.
And yeah, I just can't imagine being anywhere else.
For sure. It's great. We love it. We'll be here for a while.